This is Tee to Green, Central Ohio's premier golf show. Now here's your host, recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Southern Ohio PGA of America and Hall of Fame, the Fan's own Skip Mosic.
And hi again, everybody. Good morning. Welcome into our favorite Tee to Green show of the season, Memorial Tournament Week. We are live from Muirfield Village after a soggy Friday. The weekend looks to be great. Hopefully some equally great golf both today and tomorrow. Very busy week in the golf world. We'll break it all down with Dave Shedloski. Coming up with Golf Digest, also of Memorial Magazine. And as always, we have another terrific golf prize package that someone will pick up this week. Details on that shortly. But again, we're live this morning from Muirfield Village. Round 3 coming your way soon. Dan Sullivan, Executive Director of the Memorial. Now that we're through with yesterday.
Yes,
boy,
no doubt, Skip.
The weekend looks great, though. But
it really does.
How about the golf, though, the first couple of days?
It's been impressive for the guys who are under, not many, but guys under par, number one. So the golf course is hard. The weather was horrendous yesterday for them.
It was tough.
I mean, it was really hard. And just it was hard for spectators. It was hard for the players, caddies, all of us. We're through it, and now we got a beautiful weekend. Like you said, a little chilly. The wind, I like the wind a lot. That'll challenge the guys because we need a little defense knowing how wet it is out there. They'll be able to throw a little bit of darts, but that wind will help them get a little tested this afternoon.
Everybody always pays attention to the leaders, Dan, and I get it. That's always the fun part. But a couple of wild storylines yesterday that somebody like me, I just really enjoy. How about Justin Thomas bouncing back from an 80
Incredible.
to make the cut on the number?
Yes.
And the other one that stood out was Hideki Matsuyama, past champion, makes an unbelievable 4 on 18 from left of the creek to make the cut on the number. Those little stories I just love.
Yeah, and he gets the benefit of playing by himself this morning. I think he's first out. He's probably going to set a course record on time. I mean, really, Justin Thomas was amazing. Absolutely amazing. He could have packed it in and gone home and not worried about a thing. But he grinded out a 3-under, I think, to make the cut. And it's such a tight field, right? We only got 57 players left, and the separation isn't that much. I mean, anything can happen out there.
Third round will get underway a little bit after 10 this morning, a little bit later window than normal, Dan. Your broadcast partner, CBS, has Champions League Soccer, so if people are hearing us, a little bit of extra time, I guess, to get in here and get settled today. Yeah,
no doubt. We start at 10 o'clock. We're playing until 7:30, so I can't implore people enough. We got a full day. It's just a little bit later than normal. And we hope that people stay around all day and hang with us until 7:30, and then, maybe go to the Bogey Inn or go to Bridge Park after 7:30. But we'll have a really nice afternoon of packed house, great competition, and going into the early evening.
Chad Mark, the director of grounds here, and his team are terrific as far as taking care of Muirfield Village Golf Club. With all the moisture yesterday, I imagine a little bit extra time for them to get ready for today. It's probably appreciated too.
I can't get my head around how he and the team do it because they have to be precise, right? So there are areas where it's just too much, right? So on 18, if you're looking behind the green, we have to close that space for right now. Hopefully we can open it up tomorrow. It's honestly dangerous because it's so slippery. Inside the ropes, he's in complete control because of the way that this golf course has been created and maintained over the years. Precision error on the greens were in full force last night, taking out all that moisture. Today they're going to be looking really good. Fairways, because he has such a sand base to them, they've run off really well, the water has, and inside the ropes it's tremendous. I'd just say anybody out here, and hopefully everyone comes out, just be careful along the periphery because it is slippery and muddy. We're
chatting with Dan Sullivan this morning, Executive Director of the Memorial, Tee to Green here on The Fan. And Dan, this golf course is impeccable, but a lot of guys talking about the rough. The rough is a story this week. I've yet to hear anybody necessarily complain about it, but to a man, they all say it's one place you don't want to be.
Yeah, it's consistent and dense for sure. And, going into the tournament, we had so much rain he couldn't get in to cut it because he didn't want to rut up the golf course beforehand. And obviously yesterday, there was no way he was going to get in there last night to cut it. So it's a penalty. If you're precise, you're going to do better on this golf tournament this week.
Should be a beautiful next couple of days. Again, Dan, should never assume that people know where they're going if they're coming here to the tournament. I see comments and questions online all the time as far as where to park and how much does it cost. It's free. You just need to know where to go.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly right. Parking is free. and we have about 80 acres of surface grass lot. The good news is all of those lots, with the exception of one staff lot closer to the golf course, are open. They're not too muddy. If you are stuck in one, we're going to get you out, number one. But they look pretty good right now. So that we have 80 acres around the property. Half of that is over by the Bogey Inn, so you can go there and come to the tournament and then head to the Bogey right afterwards. If we start closing lots because they become unable to navigate, we do have a great relationship with the zoo. Yeah. So go to the zoo. We have parking over there for free, again, and then take a bus on over here.
I tell people that anyways, if you don't want to get your car dirty.
Yeah, exactly right. It's a nice, convenient way to go do it.
Dan, the charitable component of this tournament should never be overlooked. It's incredible the amount of money that's raised each year. I mean, simple things. If you're coming in this weekend, buy a bear, donate a bear, anything like that.
Yeah, they're going to start selling bears here in a minute as the people start walking in and we open the gates here at 9 o'clock. You're right. So what we've done over time is just created new opportunities for people who are motivated to support our local Nationwide Children's Hospital to do it. Whether you're a runner, whether you just want to buy a bear for a grandkid or a child, or donate it back to the hospital, you have a chance to do that. We try to come up with as many different ways as possible to support the hospital because it's worthwhile to support.
Wear yellow tomorrow. There's a reason for that. Great stories. Just tell everybody about tomorrow.
Yeah, if you look back in time, when Jack was winning all his tournaments and all those major championships, the majority of the time he was wearing a yellow shirt. He was wearing it on behalf of a kid named Craig Smith who had contracted cancer and unfortunately died in 1971. Back then, we didn't have social media. We didn't really talk. It wasn't a promotional thing. He just did it because he had a relationship with him. He was a friend of the family. And so years later, Jack wore yellow in 1986 to win the Masters. After that, Jack and Barbara started to really motivate themselves on giving back to children's healthcare causes, created their own foundation. So they partnered up with CMN Hospitals to create something called Play Yellow, which across the country is an initiative to get people to use the game of golf to raise money for children's healthcare. And tomorrow we're imploring everyone to wear something yellow out here in support of their initiative that they created 7 years ago and have raised $150 million to date, but also to kind of recognize Barbara as this year's honoree. We've had a great week with her as the honoree, and tomorrow we're going to cap it off, and what a nice way to do it with wearing yellow.
I can't believe this is the 50th playing of this event. I mean, you mentioned going back in time. I mean, you're a Columbus guy too, Dan. I mean, do you have any favorite moments over the years, all the years you've been here?
Yeah, I would say that...
even before you started working?
Yeah, I was a volunteer in 1978, so that was a favorite. I was on the scoreboard as a sixth grader, so that was fun. You remember all the early days of the tournament, and it wasn't as necessarily as fine-tuned as it is today, right? It was more of a, hey, let's get together and try to do this, and learning happened over time. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of this tournament consistently since 91. Obviously, all the Tiger 3 in a row stand out. I mean, they really stand out. And some of these great moments coming down the stretch last year with Scotty winning, they're all unique in their own way. What we get mostly excited about is a day like this. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah. It's a little chilly, but it's going to be beautiful. People are going to be out and really enjoy themselves. And whether they're with a bunch of buddies or with their family or with their kids, they're out here having a good time and kind of enjoying it in their own way.
You mentioned, we were talking before we came on the air about the weather. We brought up 79 and, having Tom Watson do what he did. You mentioned between he and Jack, they remember everything about where they were that day.
One really great aspect of this job is I get, at moments, a chance to be a fly on the wall and next to a conversation. And there was one a couple of days ago where Jack and Tom were talking about 79, and Jack said, "You shot 69," and Tom looked right back at him. He's like, "Yeah, but you shot 71." And it was 1979. These guys remember exactly the round they played, how they played it, who was with them or along the way. And actually, Hale Irwin chimed in. He said, "Yeah, I shot 73." And it's just amazing. And that day will live forever. It's probably the hardest day of golf out here at the Memorial over the 50 years.
It was so cold. I still have the picture.
39 degrees.
Watson with his toboggan, whatever.
Yeah, right.
It was unbelievable.
Yes.
We are very fortunate to have a world-class event of this magnitude in our backyard every year. Dan, you and your team are the best at what you do. That's the reason why it comes off so flawlessly every year. At least it appears it comes off flawlessly jealousy.
Yeah,
Hopefully it does
there's
for you.
plenty going on, that's for sure.
Dan Sullivan, have a great couple of days. We're looking forward to an awesome
Thanks,
weekend.
Skip.
Okay?
I really appreciate you being out here.
All right, have a great second half of the tournament. All right, let's hear from some of the leaders right now. Let's get you warmed up with some chip shots.
97.1 The Fan's Tee to Green Chip Shots, presented by BMI Federal Credit Union.
After a soggy Friday, the weekend looks great here at Muirfield Village. Two-way tie for the lead at 7 under par. We'll begin with Nick Taylor, 68 Friday, to grab a share of the lead. And like so many others saying, the rough here at Muirfield Village is the real deal.
Well, the rough is almost second to none, at least for, we call it quote-unquote regular tour event, or regular stop, I should say. It's the lie I had on 10 to hit in the right rough. I could hit it maybe 40 yards at best. Torrey was pretty thick this year. Bay Hill was always thick, but it seems to be just a little bit thicker here, playing that much more difficult. You can catch a break here or there, but you just got to be in the fairway. So it's definitely top 2 or 3 most difficult every year, and this year just with the rough, it seems to be just a brutal test.
Your opening round leader, Ben Griffin, remains tied for the lead as well heading into the weekend. Griffin agreeing with Taylor that the rough is not where you want to be.
A day like today, when it's really wet, I think hitting in the rough is just even more penal. The ball just kind of goes straight to the bottom with the moisture, and then when there's moisture, it's harder to get to the ball down in the rough. So I had some very tricky lies. I got some good breaks on a couple of holes where I was in the rough and was able to get it up to the green. So all in all, coming off of yesterday where I made just about everything I looked at, you can't do that every day when you're playing golf. So I'll take it, and I'm excited to kind of keep the pedal down on the weekend.
2 back of the lead is Akshay Bhatia, 70-69 the first 2 days for Bhatia, who likes the way he's hitting the ball.
I felt like this was the best my iron play has been ever. I mean, I hit 2 flag 6 today, and then felt like pretty much any time where my caddy told me to hit it, I was literally hitting it there. And so that was really nice. I felt like a little better with the driver, which was good. Still stepped over a couple and didn't really know where it was going to go, if it was going to go right or left. And that's definitely getting better. I'm starting to see it go in the fairway, and I feel like the curvature of the driver is getting there.
Alone in fourth at -4 is Scotty Scheffler, who says the moisture on Friday made a really long golf course in Muirfield Village play even longer.
Yeah, I mean, I hold a nice birdie putt there on 1, hit it in there close on 3, hit 2 good shots on 5. Really a lot of good ball striking on the front 9 to kind of give me a good score there. The golf course is playing really long. It's very challenging. When the rough gets this wet, I mean, anytime you hit in the rough, the lies are going to be really bad, and it's going to be really challenging. So it's definitely important to keep the ball in play and try and stay dry.
Scheffler is 3 back, but again, all chasing your leaders, Ben Griffin and Nick Taylor at 7 under par. Should be a great weekend here at Muirfield Village. Elsewhere, major on the ladies' side with the U.S. Women's Open at Erin Hills. Mayo Sago, -8, leads by 2. Ohio State's Kari Hollenbaugh finished at +7, but good for her to get there. Former Buckeye Kaylee McGinty +6, and Kaylee Vanzaga at +4. Korn Ferry Tour is in Raleigh. Martin Laird, -11, leads by 2. Former Buckeyes Neil Shipley, +2. Ryan Armour at +9 to finish outside the cut line. Champions Tour in Des Moines. Miguel Angel Jimenez, -9, leads by 1. World Tour in Austria. Marcel Schneider, -11. He leads there by 2. Your leaderboards are brought to you by BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit them today at bmifcu.org. Dan Sullivan's interview, by the way, earlier, were brought to you by First Bank of Central Ohio. Coming up, a format change to the Tour Championship. We'll talk about that, as well as what the weekend might hold here at the Memorial with Dave Shedloski of Golf Digest as Tee to Green continues here on The Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
The meatloaf!
The Fan.
Men, is good enough really what you want with your sex life? This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if erectile dysfunction is making for a bad bedroom experience for you and your partner, you should call us, because you want your intimacy to be fantastic, both for you and the one you love. At Tri-State Men's Health, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%, and because we're a medical practice focused on men's sexual health, we can offer many treatment options and even combine treatments to find the right one for you, which means if you're like most of our patients, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and make a change from good enough to really good. And for a limited time, we're offering new patients a free first visit to help you get the care you deserve. This includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose to demonstrate to you the amazing effectiveness of our treatments. Call 800-900-9654 or go to TriStateMen'sHealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Are you looking for the best golfing experience in Central Ohio? Then look no further than the Virtues Golf Club in Nashport. The Virtues Golf Club was voted as the #1 public golf course in Ohio, and Golf Digest ranked Virtues as the 65th ranked public course in the country. Now offering on-site housing, the Virtues Golf Club is a modern design course mixed with classic features you'll love. Come see what's new and take in the scenery at Ohio's best public golf course. For more information, visit thevirtuesgolfclub.com.
Score a hole-in-one when you get a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card from BMI Federal Credit Union, your CBUS Top Picks Best Credit Union for the past 7 years in a row. Enjoy credit card rates lower than the national average and special rates on balance transfers when you get a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card. For more details, visit bmifcu.org/visa.
Join the fan weeknights at 6 for the Buckeye Show. And if you're asking if it's just a bunch of homers rooting for all things Ohio State, yes, it is. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Get Mega May discounts at Codland Kia. Lease a new Kia K4, only $89 a month for 24 months. Or get 1.9% financing for 48 months. Or $2,000 bonus cash on a new 25 Kia Sportage or Sorrento. Visit CodlandKia.com.
$49.99 due at signing, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents per mile over. Tax, title, and license fees excluded. No security deposit. $400 disposition fee at lease end. 1.9 for 48 equals $21.65 per 1,005. With approved credit for KMF. Residency restrictions may apply. Offers cannot be combined. See dealer for details. N6225.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
The mothership is calling Skip home.
I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe. And I know that I am not under alien control.
You're listening to Tee to Green, live from the Memorial Tournament.
Presented by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
And welcome back, everybody. We have another terrific golf prize package that somebody's going to pick up this week. We have golf to go play out of the Virtues, a gift card to check out the Fairway Columbus on Henderson Road in Upper Arlington. Pretty cool place there. Balls from our friends at Titleist, plus plenty of fan goodies we'll throw in there for you this week. No Twitter contest, so stay tuned. We'll have details on this giveaway shortly, and your chance to make this great prize package yours.
This is Backspin. Tee to Green Backspin.
Joined out here by Dave Shedloski, GolfDigest.com. Also does great work every year for Memorial Magazine. Thanks for stopping over here. First of all, just your thoughts in the first couple of days.
Well, I think just a lot like last year, Skip. We get the U.S. Open early.
Mm-hmm.
Thick, rough, very difficult conditions, tough to score. Guys were moving up with even par. I love to see that. This is my kind of tournament. I love this.
Yeah, we kind of figured the rough would be a story just being out here a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't heard anybody complain about it, at least publicly a little bit. But will this rough or could this rough be a story by the time we get through tomorrow? As far as deciding the tournament,
I think it'll be a story today with we got a little bit of wind today, 13 to 15. That's not real strong, but it could affect how they play it. It's still soft, so balls are not going to run into the rough. But yes, I definitely think that it's going to be a story the next 2 days. And the guy who gets lucky on occasion in this rough, and then of course the guy who also stays in the fairway. There's your contenders, right?
Dave, those of us that love this golf tournament always enjoy the Memorial magazine every year. You do such a great job with your contributions every year. Your piece on Barbara Nicklaus was so good. We've known about many of the things that she's done over the years. You titled the article Wonder Woman, which I thought was pretty cool. Was there anything you found out about Barbara Nicklaus in doing this that maybe you didn't know, just being hand-in-hand with the Nicklauses over so many years?
There weren't any surprises because you just know what a wonderful soul she has, and of course that came out in so many different interviews with people about Barbara and so forth. What I found interesting, and I couldn't really get into it as much, was the sense of humor aspect that they had mentioned in the honoree ceremony. The plastic ants in Tom Watson's iced tea, or was it the plastic beetle or in the cake and things of that. And she would do things like that. And it was perfect because we've known Jack to be, to love a good joke, to love getting the needle out. And I mean, gosh, he does it to me a lot. And I find it extremely funny when he does it. So here's a person who, can counter that and, give it back to him. And I think that was part of, their lasting, just love, respect, enamoration with each other. I think that's a good word. And I think they've been enamored with each other since they met.
Dave Shedloski, our guest this morning, Tee to Green, live from Muirfield Village here on The Fan. Again, always recommend people pick up a copy of Memorial Magazine when you're out here. Some great stuff in there. This is the 50th playing of the Memorial, with the inaugural being in '76. I had forgotten until I read your piece about 75 with the couple of events, the Columbus Pro-Am, the shootout at Muirfield, made for TV. I totally forgot about those. For people who are listening that they weren't born yet, or they're just hearing about it, tell everybody about those events here in 75.
Well, Jack got an extra year to get ready for the Memorial due to just sort of some scheduling situations. He wanted 75. He ended up in 76. Clubhouse wasn't finished. The timing, of how the tour schedule it worked out. So 75 was a chance to do some other things. They had the international matches, 16 players, and a couple from. It was sponsored by a group out of Japan. They came out. They filmed not only that match, but also everything about Muirfield Village for a 52-week, feature in Japan. Just tremendous. Coverage, and those matches, of course, they had Jack and Tom Weisskopf, who was a member here from the very beginning. They gave them buys into the semifinals just to make sure that they had good TV coming into it. Smart thing, because those guys won. They had a final. Jack did beat Tom Weisskopf in the final, so very successful. The very next day, of course, then they had, Jack and Friends, or, the shootout, which was basically a modified skins game. And that was Trevino, Johnny Miller, Weisskopf, and Jack. And that was highly successful as well. And as you might expect, Jack and Weisskopf did the best. And Trevino walked away with, I think, $250, but he had a great time. Well, his greatest line was, as he's putting a coin down, and the greens were already lightning fast that year, 75. He said, "I just put a coin down and it slid 10 feet." Trevino was the best. And there was a whole bunch of that stuff. Anyway, before that, right after the PGA Championship in 75 in August, that Jack won at Akron, they did have the last Columbus Pro-Am, which was sort of the forerunner to the Memorial, and they got their feet wet on learning how people could see the tournament, how the course would play, and in a tournament conditions, and that was the end of the Columbus Pro-Am and the start of the Memorial, and one charity event led into a great, next one.
Again, some great pictures and some great reading if you pick up a copy of Memorial Magazine if you're out here this week. All right, you mentioned great TV or whatever. News from this week, changes to the format of the Tour Championship, David. Like, dislike, it's been bandied about for a while.
I dislike it. I mean, they were talking about some other things that I thought were pretty cool. And we didn't really get answers when we asked about things like they were talking about making it more difficult to get in the future. Well, does that mean a smaller field? Does that mean, a restructured points deal? They also talked about, how the money might be distributed differently. Could that mean that monies might be distributed after the regular season, going into the Tour Championship, where you're rewarded for the entire body of work of a whole season? I think we are going to see those things, but they wouldn't admit them. The thing that really bothered me was back when they changed this thing, they felt like the Tour Championship format of just 72 hole stroke play, well, that doesn't sound very exciting, and anybody can win it, and that didn't really reward the guy who'd played the best coming in. And then they went to of course, that starting strokes nonsense. Yeah, it was nonsense. But they could have done. They were talking about having a 36-hole cut at the Tour Championship, and then having 16 guys advance to the third round with starting again at 0, then cutting again to 8 and starting again at 0, and those 8 would play off for the FedEx Cup, and that was one of the options, and I felt that was the best option. That would have been that would have been pretty cool. No match play. Let's not get but at least it would have guaranteed match play. You only get 2 guys at the end. At least with 8 guys, and you got 8 guys who are playing well. That'd been pretty cool.
All right, Dave. Now the tough one. If the Tour can address that,
tough one. What do you got?
If it can address that, does it need to address participation at the signature events on tour? And if not, why label them as such?
What did Dan Sullivan say?
He didn't. I didn't ask him. I'm asking you.
I was curious what the executive director said. What an intelligent man that is to run this event. Let me just say that the first Memorial Tournament as an invitational had 92 players, and a cut of low 70 in ties. So, I mean, I think 15 guys didn't make the cut, but that was a pretty successful first event. And, I think it's being talked about. I mean, it was being talked about last year when we went to a minimum of 72 for this year.
Right.
It really should go to 78. I mean, they can get 78 guys in a freaking Champions Tour event. Why can't we get one in a signature event? I think that would help a little. Could they go even higher?
How about mandating that guys participate? That was my question. That was specifically.
Okay. Should they mandate it? Yeah, they should, because these guys are paying $20 million. Workday is a fantastic sponsor, and you're telling me that they can't count on Rory McIlroy supporting an event that, oh, by the way, he and Tiger and a few other people, they created this format. They created this whole series. So, I'm for expanding the field, and I'm for saying you get one dispensation like they started with, and then, get your butt in here and play and support Jack Nicklaus and, Nationwide Children's Hospital and Eat, Learn, Play. I didn't know it was a hardship to play for $4 million first prize, but apparently it's just too tough.
I get schedules. I get that. I understand it. That's the whole thing. It's like this tournament is always going to have a star-studded participants anyways, a field anyways, no matter what.
Sure.
So it's like, why stress the sponsors? Because the top guys are going to show up here anyways.
Right.
And if you're not going to make them show, then what's the point?
Well, and you make a great point, Skip. That is exactly the point. In fact, I mean, that's that's the only logical way to look at that. Is you're having a signature, elevated, designated, however you want to call it, and they've called it all those things.
Sure.
You're having that event. You're basically have told the sponsors, hey, we need to bump these up to $20 million. Look, it was a response to Live Golf, and they need to pay off the good guys. So show up.
Yeah.
show up.
You showed up. Dave Shedloski, golfdigest.com. Pick up a copy of Memorial Magazine when you're out here this weekend. Great stuff in there, David. Appreciate you as always. You're great at what you do, okay?
I appreciate it.
Dave's interview brought to you by First Bank of Central Ohio. All right, let's go ahead and give away this week's prize package. Caller number 9 right now at 614-821-9710. 614-821-9710. Caller 9 gets golf at the Virtues, balls from Titleist, a gift certificate to check out the Fairway Columbus, fan goodies, and more. Caller 9 right now will be our winner. Coming up, what would you say if I told you you could actually hit golf balls when you're here at Muirfield Village today without getting thrown out of here? Shedloski's looking at me like I'm crazy. You can hit golf balls if you come here today. We'll tell you how next as Tee to Green continues live from Muirfield Village here on The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Looking to up your golf game this summer? Swing into the Fairway, Columbus' premier indoor golf facility, featuring state-of-the-art TrackMan simulators, a spacious clubhouse vibe, and world-class service. It's the perfect place to play, train, or host your next event. Choose from over 350 courses worldwide, or fine-tune your swing with TrackMan's advanced range options, the same tech the pros use. Located in Upper Arlington, skip the long drive and grab a summer range pass today. The Fairway. Golf elevated.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone, and I'm going to let you know that right now, Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings is offering their best discount of the year on all their awesome sheds, pavilions, cabins, and garages from Weaver Barnes. These specials are only good through May, which makes right now the best time to order. Check out Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings' beautiful sales lot in Dublin, where you can see their displays and learn about all the options. There's never been a better time to get that project in motion and save some cash in the process. See all the details at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. Once again, that's AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
The Fan at 1460 ESPN Columbus is your radio home for Sunday Night Baseball.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Call The Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling today at 614-232-2222.
The Fan.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Red
Reds fans, we're off to the races. Assemble your pit crew and cheer on your Reds at the 2025 MLB Speedway Classic at Bristol Motor Speedway on Saturday, August 2nd. Tickets are on sale now to watch your Reds shift into high gear when they face off against the Atlanta Braves during this special showcase at one of racing's most iconic tracks. For tickets and more information, visit reds.com/Bristol.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Looking ahead to sunnier skies here today. A little bit of haze around, but otherwise mostly sunny. High temperatures into the upper 60s with a wind out of the northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then for tonight, mostly clear, cooling down into the mid to upper 40s. But by Sunday, we're back to the sunshine. Highs into the 70s here for the afternoon. And then looking ahead to a big warm-up as highs reach the 80s going into next week. I'm meteorologist Aaron White with your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
All golf, all the time. You're listening to Tee to Green, live from the Memorial.
Presented by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Welcome back, everybody. As always, thank you for listening. Congratulations to Kevin from Asheville. Kevin picks up golf out at the Virtues. He was caller 9. Balls from Titleist, gift certificate to the Fairway Columbus, fan goodies, and more. Congratulations, Kevin. We'll have another prize package for you coming up right next week. Right now, let's hit the range.
You are listening to Tee to Greens on the Range.
On the Range is brought to you by the Fairway Columbus as we welcome in Scott Stender from the Fairway. And Scott, you have such a cool place, so much than just a room with golf simulators. Tell everybody about the Fairway. What makes it different than other places to make it really stand out?
Yes, Skip, appreciate the opportunity to get back on with you. Yeah, the Fairway over in Upper Arlington is about a 7,000 square foot facility. We have 7 TrackMan simulators. Full bar, food available. So, our differentiator, as I mentioned before, is really the experience that we really try to set forth for our customers. The goal is really to try to make it feel like a true clubhouse experience. And, having the TrackMan technology there has, been nothing but fantastic for us, when we made that decision. Even as much so as recently we just got access to Bandon Dunes, which is a new release, and then this week they actually released Oakmont just ahead of the US Open here in a couple weeks. So, our customers have the opportunity to play on, well over 300 courses now, and they keep rolling out more. But, some of the fan favorites, right? Like I've already played Bandon Dunes, and, it's pretty spectacular even doing it on a simulator.
Well, that is so cool. And what else is cool is that you've taken a piece of the fairway here to Muirfield Village this week, Scott. I mean, let's face it, when we see the pros, most of us get the itch to get out there and maybe hit a couple of balls. They're not going to let us on the driving range here. However, you have a simulator here on the grounds. How can people who are hearing us now coming into the tournament, either today or tomorrow, go check you out right here at Muirfield Village?
Yeah, it's been a really awesome opportunity for us. We partnered with On Par Simulators, which is, someone we've used in the past, and H&S Sports to, host the Memorial Tournament. And we're going to be out at the right outside the Golden Bear Club. We've got a simulator set up there, which we took from the Fairway here, and all week, and, obviously through the course of the weekend here, anyone who's around, it's open to the public. There's no charge associated with it. Come take your crack at the par 3 12th at Muirfield Village. And, we're giving away some, small prizes there, but, just a cool addition to the overall Lexus Challenge in that area. So, we're really blessed to have that opportunity, and, good opportunity for us to get out and shake hands and, kind of tell the story of the fairway out there.
Well, Scott, one of the things I love about the fairway is not just what you can do while you're there, but, most importantly, the time in which you can do it. I mean, that's the one drawback of golf, especially when life happens, is the time it takes to play. What all can you get done at the fairway in, say, 2 hours?
Yeah, I mean, it largely depends on how many people come with you, right? You got 4 guys, 2 hours, you'd be able to, easily knock through a 9-hole round, but it's really the proximity. A lot of courses, the travel time to get to a course around town on top of the round itself, you're looking at 5 hours, even more than that, depending on what weekend you go and how busy the the course is that day. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely convenient to keep your swing fresh. You know, even if you're just coming for an hour to, you know, hit a quote unquote bucket of balls, right? You can definitely keep your game honed in, as well as, you know, like I said, play on some of the top courses out there.
Well, some exciting news to share, Scott, is a new semi-private place opening in Lewis Center later this summer. Tell us where it'll be, and being semi-private, there's some pretty cool features that you'll be able to offer your members. You were telling me 24/7 availability. Let everybody know how that's going to work.
Yeah, we're opening in Lewis Center. It's in the Evans Farm community. It was a really cool opportunity when it all started presenting itself, and it's semi-private. Will be 3 simulators in about a 3,000 square foot facility. Though we won't have a bar there or food, it is DORA enabled there in that community. So we partnered with Standardized Brewing next door. So our customers will be able to order right from their bay and have you know, their drinks and food delivered right to their bay by Standardized, which is a really nice offering. That kind of sets ourselves apart from other, you know, 24/7 simulator models. Members will have 24/7 access. They'll book their tee time and, you know, walk up to the door and then punch in a code that's provided to them, and they can go in and out at their leisure, right? So, you know, we're really looking forward to getting that open here late this summer. You know, construction's moving along pretty quickly. Yeah, and, you know, as part of the whole deal when we set it up, you know, from going full private to semi-private was because of the mixed-use development that it's in. You know, the community really wanted to have the ability for, you know, public access on the weekend. So I say semi-private in nature. You know, Monday through Thursday it will be, you know, members only. Over the weekend we will open to the public, but members will have preferential tee sheet access and, you know, get the ability to book their tee times over the weekend well before we open it up to the public. But yeah, it's coming fast and, you know, keeping me busy right now.
I bet. Last thing, Scott, back to your Upper Arlington location. We had a lot of feedback when we had you on a month or so ago regarding, you know, your great private room for groups, parties, events, etc. Let everybody know what's available there.
Yeah, we have one of our 7 simulators is in a private room. It holds, you know, 8 to 10 people comfortably. You know, it's great for small gatherings, and even if you have a larger event, you know, we have, you know, rented the private room, and, you know, if you have more than 10 people, it kind of spills out into our clubhouse area, which, you know, we've done plenty of times. But we've also done, you know, larger corporate outings like we talked about last time we were on, where, you know, the full facility will get rented out, and we can do, you know, we're pretty flexible in, you know, how we manage the bar or, you know, the catering within it. So we just want to make sure that the experience, as I mentioned at the onset of this conversation, is really, you know, top notch, and that's our goal with Fairway in Upper Arlington, and ultimately will be with the Fairway in Lewis Center.
Again, Scott Stender, if people are coming to the tournaments either today or tomorrow here at Muirfield Village, where can they come see you at and hit some golf balls?
Yeah, like I said, we'll be out between the 10th and 14th over by the Golden Bear Club. You won't miss it. There's a little area. It'll say the Lexus Challenge presented by On Par Simulators in the Fairway. We'll have our people out there all week, so definitely come out, you know, hit some balls and say hi.
Well, Scott, we always appreciate the time. We'll be up to see you again soon, okay?
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Skip.
On the Range brought to you by the Fairway Columbus. All right, while we're here to enjoy the final 2 rounds of the Memorial, more golf for you to check out Monday with the US Open Qualifier at Kinsale up the road in Powell. PGA Professional Andy Montgomery from Kinsale will join us to talk about that next as Tee to Green continues live from Muirfield Village here on The Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
Score a hole-in-one when you get a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card from BMI Federal Credit Union, your CBUS Top Picks Best Credit Union for the past 7 years in a row. Enjoy credit card rates lower than the national average and special rates on balance transfers when you get a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card. For more details, visit bmifcu.org/visa.
Hi, this is Bob Masheter from Dick Masheter Ford. Thank you to all of Central Ohio as we head towards 60 years of doing business in the Buckeye State. Dad opened up in 1967 simply trying to offer a better way to buy a car, and we've been working ever since to serve our neighbors. We have served you through wars, recessions, and even a Chinese virus. Here is to serving you and your kids and your grandkids for the next 60 years, except on Sundays when we're closed, because it's the right thing to do. Still 24/7 at MasterFord.net. Thanks.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to Bundle Deal Days at AutoZone.
Well, I do need a bundle of things.
When you bundle, you save.
Do I save if I bundle oil with an oil filter?
Save up to $12 on that bundle.
What about brake pads and rotors?
Bundle those and the brake pads are free.
Can't save more than free.
You can save on hundreds of deals during Bundle Deal Days. Ends June 2nd at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply. Duralast brake pads only.
For a lot of us, saving up a down payment can be the biggest barrier to buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with ONE+. Because everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family may not listen to you, but we will. Sundays at 11, it's The Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're welcome. Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Aaron. Hey, it's that time of year again. What time is that? The time all the air conditioners start breaking down. Oh, that time. Yep. Every year.
Get Eco.
ECO. Like a swarm of bees. They all get together in a coordinated effort. You mean the Queen air conditioner tells them all to break down? Nah, they just get tuckered out in the heat, Aaron. Can we handle all the calls? Sure, we have a swarm of highly trained coolness experts standing by.
Get Eco.
ECO. And we have $3.5 million in new service trucks to get them there the day you call. The same day? Well, what if you don't call until... We'll come as late as you'll stay up to let us in. Same day. That explains all the revving engines. It's like a beehive of activity, Jerry. Do you know I invented that weird Scoopy thing you serve honey with? You should invent something for ketchup, Jerry. It's America. Ooh, now that's an idea.
Get Eco.
ECO. GetEco.com.
It always seems to happen at the worst time. You're finally in bed after a long, hard day, and then you hear it. You sit up, heart sinking. Is that coming from the ceiling? All of a sudden, it's a middle of the night flashlight hunt to find the leak. But don't worry, Newman Roofing has you covered, literally. With more than 3 decades in the business, we've seen just about everything a storm can throw at a roof. Our teams know how to spot the problem, explain your options, and fix it right the first time, with craftsmanship and care you can feel good about. We're not just here for a quick patch job, and we never will be. We're here to make sure your home stays protected season after season. So when it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
You're listening to Tee to Green, live from the Memorial.
Presented by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
If you missed any part of today's Tee to Green show or any of our past episodes, simply download the Tee to Green podcast. Just search Tee to Green wherever you find your podcast and be sure to hit subscribe. All right, high-level golf continues here in Central Ohio after the Memorial wraps up tomorrow. Many say Monday is the longest day in golf as the final U.S. Open qualifiers occur across the country. One of those will be here in town up at Kinsale. We're joined by PGA Professional Andy Montgomery, Director of Golf at Kinsale and Scioto Reserve. And Andy, this will be a pretty high-profile day for Kinsale. I know you've hosted these in the past, but how is everyone there at the club embracing what you're hosting on Monday?
Well, yeah, it's a fun day for us. It's a fun day for the members. They've embraced it. We've been sending out notes, and they've known about it for a good month now. So, and they've also seen it on the golf course with the condition in the rough. So they know something's coming up here, and they're excited about it.
Andy, with the Memorial being a signature event now, many of the players here this week have already qualified, but there will still be some familiar names as well as some that may be future stars. Who can you tell us that will be there Monday?
Well, we have 7 players playing in the Memorial that are going to be here. So you got Buddy Colley, Max Homa, Adam Hadwin, Cam Young, Ricky Fowler, Alex Noren, Matt Kuchar. Some of the guys that, have had some really good history on the tour. We got Padraig Harrington, Patrick Rogers, Ches Reavie. So the list goes on, but I mean, it's a pretty talented group, and we're excited to host them.
36 holes to qualify, Andy. For many years, it was 18 maybe there at Kinsale, and maybe another 18 at, say, Wedgwood or Brookside, the Lakes, even Scarlet. All 36 will be played there at Kinsale. I want to say the USGA made this change last year. You have to think the players are not going to mind this.
Oh, my gosh, this has got to be a dream for the players. One, just for the practice rounds, they only have to come in and worry about one golf course. And then, as we know around town, traveling from Brookside to the Lakes or Kinsale to OSU or Kinsale to Lake, there's just problems. You never know what you're going to get to in traffic. And as golfers, we don't want to add that anxiety to them in between rounds. So it's nice, and I know the players will love having one course, no travel between rounds. I know that's a huge bonus.
It's a great opportunity for fans who want to stop by, see these guys up close and personal, a lot more intimate than here at Muirfield Village. If people are coming there Monday, Andy, where should they park? And I guess, is there any place you'd recommend they go or maybe not go?
Parking is obviously going to be limited. We are obviously not built to have thousands of parking spots at the club, but find a spot, whether it's in the neighborhood, in the parking lot. If you get here early enough, we'll have plenty of spots. But go anywhere. Like you said, Skip, it's a pretty intimate setting. I mean, the players are kind of walking around in shorts, and it's just fun. It's a really cool dynamic to watch some of these great players.
Lots of golf, Andy, here in town. Before we get to Monday there at Kinsale, let's put your analyst cap on now. You'll be on with our friends at 10 TV tonight and tomorrow with Dom and Adam and Nicole. Just your thoughts on the Memorial as we sit here at the midway point.
Well, they might get a couple. All these guys traveling in for the Memorial, they might see what Columbus, Ohio is all about. I mean, they're going to get 2 or 3 seasons in 4 days. They had a little spring. Now it's going to heat up, and we'll get a little summertime. So I'll tell you what, that rough and that rain yesterday is thick and nasty. And now that the course is going to be dried out, and with all that growth, I know they're not putting any mowers on that rough. So come today, come tomorrow, hitting fairways are going to be paramount. We're going to see balls bouncing all over those greens, because yesterday those low scores were, they were great in the rain and all, but rain doesn't bother the players that much because the greens get so soft and they can hit it so high and the ball just lands right next to the hole. So they had control of that golf ball, but we'll see today and tomorrow how much control they have on those greens.
Real quick, Andy, this is the 50th playing of the Memorial. I know you grew up here. What does this tournament mean to you, not just as a PGA professional, but just someone who grew up in town watching this thing over the years?
Well, the town stops. It's such a marquee event. Schools, I think, even programmed around closing or being out for summer before the Memorial. They didn't want kids in school. Teachers didn't want to be in school. So, from just a economic standpoint, obviously we know the impacts on that. But just from a social standpoint, I know lots of people that have no idea about golf, but the Memorial is a thing. They go, they watch, have a cocktail or two, see some celebs. So it is a thing, and I'm so proud it's lasted 50 years, and hopefully we'll have another 50 more at least.
Again, US Open Qualifier Monday at Kinsale in Powell. PGA Professional Andy Montgomery. Have a great day Monday. We'll be watching for you this weekend on 10 TV, okay?
You got it, Skip. Appreciate you.
All right, again, busy day here ahead on the Fan. Fan Sports Saturday from Muirfield Village is coming your way next. Reds at Cubs later on this afternoon. Our thanks to everybody out here this morning, Jen and Cam and Jake, everybody out here, Chef Steven and Evan for breakfast. Thank you so much to everybody. For Jacob Reimer, I'm Skip Mosic. Enjoy the golf this weekend. Coverage on our sister station, 10 TV, a little bit later today for CBS begins at 5:30 p.m. So enjoy the golf this weekend. We'll talk to you again next Saturday morning for another edition of Tee to Green right here on the Fan.
in church next Sunday to save me from those double bogey blues.
One, two, three. Here at the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
At Meijer, we're working hard to make grocery shopping a good deal better by bringing you low prices on your family's summertime favorites. This week, certified Angus beef ground chuck family packs are just $4.99 per pound. Locally grown asparagus is $1.99 per pound. Select McCormick Grill Mate seasonings are 2 for $4. And assorted varieties of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products are buy 2 12-packs, get 1 free, plus deposit where applicable. Counting on great deals with every Meijer visit. That's the good life. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Save big on everything for your next outdoor project when you shop at Menards. Greenworks 40-volt cordless tools have everything you need to keep your yard looking great. The Greenworks cordless trimmer and edger is lightweight, starts instantly, and comes with a 40-volt battery and charger. Pick one up today. On sale now through June 1st. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Don't let life get in the way of what's most important. Visit shelterinsurance.com to learn more. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Are you looking for the best golfing experience in Central Ohio? Then look no further than the Virtues Golf Club in Nashport. The Virtues Golf Club was voted as the #1 public golf course in Ohio, and Golf Digest ranked Virtues as the 65th ranked public course in the country. Now offering on-site housing, the Virtues Golf Club is a modern design course mixed with classic features you'll love. Come see what's new and take in the scenery at Ohio's best public golf course. For more information, visit thevirtuesgolfclub.com.
Summer 2025 is bringing something wild to your Columbus Zoo. The all-new North America Trek opens this summer, a reimagined zoo region inspired by your national parks. Get ready to get up close with Mexican wolves, black bears, river otters, bald eagles, and more in breathtaking new habitats. Discover local wildlife and conservation in action like never before. Plan your visit today. Visit columbuszoo.org for details.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hardscape pros, are you tired of working with broken down tools and chasing paychecks? At 9 Trees, we respect your craft, invest in the best equipment, and back our crews with full benefits and top pay. We're not just offering you a job, we're offering you a career. If you're a seasoned pro, work with a top patio builder that treats you like family. Call 9 Trees at 614-921-9595 or visit 9treeslc.com to apply. 9 Trees Landscape Construction, the best